Welcome back to the Karyn and Reece Show. We are so excited to have our next guest with us, Liz Rivera. She is a social media influencer whose whole platform centers around, being fabulous at 50, affordable fashion and beauty, and all of the above. So Liz, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. It's wonderful to be here.
Of course.
Well, we're excited to find out more about you. So with that being said, can you tell us a little bit about more about what you do? I know it's about being fit and being fabulous at 50. Have you always valued fitness and lifestyle in the same way you do now, or did something change for you which led you to make it more of a priority?
Well, as Alexa mentioned, I do have a YouTube channel and I do weekly videos showing affordable fashion, affordable beauty. I do makeup tutorials. I have an Instagram channel as well where I feature all of those same things. But for me, yes, to answer your question, I have always been interested in fashion and beauty. And I have a knack for helping people look good as well. I can date all the way back to when I was a young girl. I was a cashier in a drugstore. And women would come through my line and ask me, how did you get your eyeliner like that? How do you do your hair? And long story short, I would end up back in the makeup aisle with them, showing them what to buy, giving them a mini tutorial in the aisle. And, I just always loved giving out advice. You have those people that will either give you the recipe or won't give you the recipe. And I am definitely give you the recipes. So, I've always loved giving out advice. Someone gives me a compliment, I get so excited. I'll be like, $5 on the clearance rack. That's just how I've always been. So this was like a natural thing for me to continue doing that. And yes, I absolutely have focused on being fit as well as fabulous, I guess we call it, my whole life. But I do feel like it's amped up. I would say over 40 and even more so as I approached 50. And I think for women especially, we spend a lot of our time raising children and climbing the career ladder. When you get to 50, you sort of are more in autopilot. Now you're coasting. You've gotten likely to where you need to be in your career. Your children no longer need you as much. And it's finally time to turn the tables and focus on yourself. And that's one of the nice things about getting older.
That's awesome. So, there is a misconception that fashion has to be either high-end and it's expensive, but, you chose to debunk that myth, so congrats on that. So what stores do you feel, you're welcome, what stores do you feel have the highest quality clothes for, less?
I do feature weekly what I call a Walmart Wednesday. So believe it or not, every Wednesday I do clothing hauls and I feature clothing strictly from Walmart. You would be surprised at the quality of the lines that I purchase from Walmart. There's a few that I could mention quickly. There's one called Time and True, and it's a women-owned clothing line, and everything is of high-end quality. People are amazed when they do purchase. I get comments all the time, under my videos telling me how they absolutely love the clothing. They cannot believe it's from Walmart. People compliment them constantly and also can't believe it's from Walmart. So I would say Walmart lately for me has been fantastic, but I will shop anywhere. I've always been that way. And I think the secret sort of, and I talk about this on my channel, to making things look high end when you're purchasing affordable clothing is to look at the way you're styling it. I always tell people choose neutrals, choose items that have some detail to them. And really it's all about the styling and how you pair everything together. So, you can mix and match. If you're someone who absolutely will never buy an affordable pair of shoes, I know my mom can be that way, go ahead and pair those, luxury shoes with an affordable dress or, shirt and high-end jeans, whatever it is that, you do purchase that's higher end, you can mix and match. And that really gives you a very tailored look in the end. This shirt was $11 at Walmart. And I just, and that's me shouting out again. If someone gives me a compliment, I'm going to shout out $5. Can you believe this? I get super, super passionate and excited. But yeah, so Walmart's one of them. Target, there are a ton of online clothing stores that I absolutely love that are super affordable. Forever 21. Yes, I am 50 years old and I still shop at Forever 21. And I can show you how. Make sure you go over to my channel, and I've got several videos on those type of stores, as well as some of the online things like Shein. That's a really popular one that you would never think a 50-year-old could shop at, but I'm going to show you how over on my channel. So yeah, I
Love it.
can't really nail down one other than Walmart. It absolutely is my favorite, and you'll see it every week on my show.
Love it.
That's great advice. So Liz, what do you suggest to those struggling to find their fashion style, especially as they get older and trends change? How do you make that connection?
Honestly, I think it's just taking the leap. A lot of women are so afraid to try new things or new trends. They may see so many pieces that they absolutely love, but they think, oh, I'm too old for that. Or they're following those old school rules. You know, I can give you an example of that, and I will answer your question, but I have to get this out. One example of one of those rules is, and I had heard this as a young girl and right up until a few years ago from other people, is you can't have long hair after 40. Well, I am 50 and my hair is clear down my back. So don't follow any rules. Follow what makes you feel good. So my advice would be, you know, think of a time when you had an outfit on or you had a hairstyle or a look where you got a ton of compliments. You were feeling your absolute best that day. So what were you wearing? How was your hair? What was your makeup like? Another thing that I suggest right on my channel, and I say this all the time, is go ahead and buy a bunch of things, take some chances, bring it home, videotape yourself trying it on. You know, I've learned a lot about my own sense of style just from watching absolutely my own videos. I sometimes look at my Instagram. In fact, today, deciding what to wear, I literally went through my own Instagram and said, what's going to look good, you know, from the waist up. And that's how I chose today's outfit. So looking at yourself in pictures, make sure you have a full length mirror. A lot of us don't. Get a full length mirror, even if it's on the back of your closet door, and take a good long look at yourself and decide what pieces flatter you. And then watch me, because I can help you with that too.
That's awesome. So going off of that, what was that defining moment that you said, you know, I have such a talent for this, let me take it to the social media brand of Instagram and YouTube and making it more public than it once was?
It was sort of a natural fit for me. Way back in the early 90s, I was an undergrad major in communications at Canisius, and I did some broadcast journalism. And then I just kind of believe it or not, you know, through the pandemic and in quarantine, took an interest in watching YouTube videos myself. I would search, you know, women my age and watch makeup tutorials and fashion tutorials. And it was sort of a natural progression. I just thought, well, I can do that. You know, I love giving out advice. I'm comfortable in front of the camera. So, you know, the hardest part was just turning the camera on and trying it. And that's what I absolutely did. So, like I said, this was absolutely a natural progression for me, just in life in general, giving out advice and then having that background, you know, in some of the on-camera stuff. So
Awesome.
I just absolutely love it. I really do. And again, just turning the camera on was the biggest step for me.
Awesome.
Well, clearly you're living proof of all of what you're saying and great advice. So if our audience would like to find out more about you, Liz, how can they go about doing that?
Well, the first step would probably be hop on over to YouTube and just look me up. It's Life and Style by Liz. You can check me out on Instagram as well. I do have an upcoming video coming out. I asked my viewers to leave questions in the comments that they just had to know about me, which was very interesting. They're very concerned about my husband, how we met, and what I do for work, because I do have a full-time job. But yeah, go check me out on YouTube, and that Q&A video is coming up, and you'll absolutely find out more about me there.
Awesome. I love it. Well, Liz, thank you so much for joining us today. You were fabulous at 50.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. And I love that you're also right here in Buffalo, unlike, you know, some social media influencers who may be outside and, you know, we really can't get in touch with them. You're right here in Buffalo. So thank you so much for being here with us. We so loved having you with us.
Thank you. It was great being here.